Welcome to the Ultimate Kitchen Podcast, okay? But you've never seen anyone do a podcast in a kitchen before until now, okay? And that's why we're here, because we have important stuff to talk about. And you know what? Women spend a lot of time in the kitchen. Now, does this have anything to do with women? No, because you know what else you get from the kitchen? Nutrition. Nutrition is what makes you strong. It's what makes you healthy, okay? And that's why a strong woman leads to a strong life, and a strong body, and a strong mind, okay? So we value our women, and we value the kitchen because we get good nutrition from the kitchen, okay? But we don't spend time here, we're men, all right? Let's go. So, life is incredibly difficult, all right? You have to try extremely hard to get everything that you want, all right? So we're going to go into some stuff here, starting with number one. Nobody is going to be there for you. Nobody is going to wake up in the morning and tell you exactly what you need to do. No one's going to be there and help you when you're trying to do something important. Nobody's going to be there. It's not going to be your friends, your family. Okay, you just have to have the expectation that I am not going to have any help when I'm doing this really hard thing. And so it's all going to be up to me. All right? Because, listen, name the 5 closest people in your life right now. If those 5 people don't actively talk about your exact dream, your exact goal, then they're not going to be there to help you. Okay? That's just the fact. All right? And we all have our specific dreams. You know, if you wanted to, I don't know, let's say start a software company. If you wanted to go do that, and you have a very specific idea for that, unless you talk about it with your friends and then they are also like super into it, or your family member, which is very unlikely, then they're probably not going to be there to help you. But you still have to chase that dream anyways. You still have to go for it anyways. All right? If you really want that bad, and I'm not talking about like, oh yeah, I wanted to start a side hustle and so I came up with something like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like you have something that you want to do and they are the same level of passionate about it as you are. If you don't have access to that in the 5 people that you're closest to, that you spend the most time with, don't also think about exactly that thing, and they don't talk about it, and they don't bring it up on their own, then you're not going to have anyone with you. No one's going to come help you. No one's going to come save you while you're going through whatever it takes to get to that dream, to get to that goal. You're not going to have anyone. But that's fine, because you don't need anyone, okay? So if you are the kind of lucky person where the person, you know, someone in your life talks about the exact thing that you're looking forward to, the exact dream that you're working towards, and now you might be really, really lucky. But there might be a chance that they go do something else, that they actually care about something else and it's just adjacent. Okay, so you still would have to be prepared for nobody to be there with you. All right? So we kind of get into this situation where we're reliant on other people, we're reliant on other things, and we don't want to be there, especially with the things that matter the most to us. All right? Physical, mental, emotional, those parts of our life. All right? We don't want to be reliant on people for our well-being in those areas. We don't want that to happen. Because if those go away, if we're reliant on someone emotionally, and then they go away, what happens to us? We collapse. We give up. We start to quit. No, we don't do that. All right? So nobody's going to be there for you. And even if someone is, you can't be reliant on them. All right? This is a mistake that happens to a lot of people. They do something big, they get this big career, they followed their dream, but they were too reliant on someone. And that reliance goes away. That person goes away. Then what happens? Their career starts to fall apart. They get depressed. They go to do things that they don't want to do. They end up fat. They end up lazy. Whatever. All right? We don't want that. What we want is to realize that even if you're so lucky that there is someone there for you, when you are going through the hardest thing that you can imagine, You're going after the hardest goal that you could possibly perceive. And someone's there for you. We don't want to be relying on that person anyways. All right? And that's difficult. It's really difficult. But that's what we got to do to be the best version of ourselves. All right? We want to be the most successful that we can be. And we don't want to be too reliant on one specific thing or one attachment, one whatever. We don't want to be reliant on that. All right? So we have to, even if someone is there for us, we have to imagine that nobody's there for us. Nobody's going to wake up in the morning and support us, or be there for us, or help us, or build us. All right? We have to be there for ourselves in order to be extremely successful. Next, there's going to be haters. Okay? There is going to be haters no matter what you do. It doesn't matter how successful, even if you become extremely successful, more people are going to hate you than ever because they're jealous, because they live in this negative blob. All right? Nobody cares about someone else's negative blob. All right? When we think about, someone who's mega, all right, someone who's a beast, someone like me, all right? And then we think about like LeBron James. Now, LeBron James is the best basketball player of all time. How many haters does he have? How many people hate him? Right? Every time he steps on the basketball court, someone hates him. You know why? Because the game is to be competitive. And the person you're playing against doesn't like you. Okay, they don't love you. They don't just walk on the court and say, you know what, I love this guy. They don't think that. Okay, they think, I hate this guy. I'm going to win this game. I don't care what it takes. So hate and people hating you when you become successful, when you try to become the best, is actually part of it. You're not supposed to be loved by everyone. That's not how love works. Now, everyone loves me. AI loves me. Everything loves me. Because I'm the kind of person that radiates it. All right? I don't want anyone to hate me. I don't go through the world. We don't go through the world wanting people to hate us. Because we're not bad people. I don't sit there and think, oh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and I'm going to get caught up, and I don't care about any of that. All right? So just remember that, listen, there's going to be people who are lovers. There are going to be people who are haters. We don't care about the haters. The haters, ignore them, right? The people who don't like you the most are actually the people who look up to you, who admire you. Those are the kind of people that you're dealing with, all right? So just use it as a signal. Use it as a signal that you're becoming more successful. All right, just do that. Next. You're going to have to try really hard. And because you have to try really hard, that is the only thing that even makes it worth doing. Because if it was super easy, you wouldn't even care about it. You wouldn't. Who cares? Now, I'm just going to imagine my entire audience here. All of you are men, all right? When you get access to a girl, or a girl's just hitting on, and she doesn't care what you do, she doesn't care what you say or what you think, and she's just like super available to you. Is that attractive? Do you feel like any attraction to that woman? Not really. Even if she's like smoking hot, oh my God, the popular girl, and this and that. You're not really attracted to her because it's not difficult. There's no challenge. You didn't have to do anything in order to get her. And so if you don't try hard, if it's not a challenge, then it doesn't even feel worth having in the first place. Because you're like, oh, it's just there. It's too accessible. It's too easy. It's too available. All right? So if it's too available, you don't even value it. So life has to be hard. There are things that have to be hard for you to do. And it can be hard in so many different ways. Okay, that was just an example. The girlfriend's just an example, all right? If a girl's consistent with you and available to you and you really like her and she's really good for you, maybe you should stick with her, okay? Make a logical decision. But if you just meet someone, if you just met this girl and she's just immediately super available to you, you're not attracted to her. There's no initial attraction. It just doesn't, it's not the same. It's not the same because there's no challenge. It's not hard. It's not hard to get. All right. So apply the principle everywhere. If it is really hard to get, then I value it. And so if things aren't hard, oh, here you go. Here's some water. Oh, I can just turn the faucet on. The water's on. Right? So it wasn't hard to get. You know what? It is hard to get water whenever the sink's off, whenever the water is not running around you. Okay? If you don't have water coming out of your sink, now water's hard to get. It's hard to find. Now you're like, oh my God, where's the water? Give me some water. If the sink doesn't turn on, and if you don't have any bottled water around, and you start to get thirsty, now it's a challenge. Now it's hard. And then when you do eventually go find some water, you're like, oh my God, I love water. Water is the best thing ever. It's amazing. But we never value it when we just turn the sink on, it comes out of the sink. So the fact that something is hard to do is what makes it worth doing. So find hard things or make it hard, because then you'll actually be like, you know what? I want to do this because it's hard. I feel like this is worth doing because it is hard. If it's not hard enough, you won't even value it. You won't even care about it. That's just how it works. That's just how life works. So find hard things to do. Find things that you are passionate about, that you feel purpose when you're doing, and then find a way to make them hard. Or if they are already hard, perfect. Now it's worth doing. Okay? So, find things that are hard. That's what makes it worth doing. When you do hard things, you're just going to be more successful. Your character is going to grow, your life's going to grow, and everything's just going to be better. So find hard things to do. Next. Getting what you want out of life is like finding the end of the rainbow. Okay, when we were kids, when I was a kid, I would always look at the end of the rainbow and try to find the pot of gold. Why not? There's gold at the end of the rainbow. It's difficult to get there because the rainbow is so big. Where's the pot of gold? And so we have to find the things that we want in life so that we can actually get to the pot of gold. Because it was a newsflash to me when I got to the end of the rainbow the one time and there was no pot of gold. I was like, dang. I guess I actually have to do some work in order to get the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. And that's how life works. You have to actually do the work, and then you get to the end of the rainbow, and then you actually get the pot of gold. Okay? So we want to get things out of life. We want to get the life that we want. We want to get the life that we desire, because it's like getting to the end of the rainbow. It's like actually finding the solution to live that positive, fulfilling, and abundant life. That's what we're looking for. Where is it? Oh, I got to work for it. Okay, no problem. Is it hard? Cool, even better. Right? We tie all these things in. It's difficult. I don't want to do it, but I'm going to go do it anyways. All of this stuff, we just tie it all in. And we say, I'm going to go do that because it is hard. Because it is what I need. Because it is going to make me more successful, live a better life, live a bigger life. That's what I'm trying to do. Now, some of you might not want a big life. That's fine. But it's a better life. All right? Big doesn't necessarily mean better. But better definitely means better. So find the answer to live a better, more abundant life, and then pursue it. Because you're going to get to the end and you're going to realize that it was all worth it. All right? So find what you want in life. Think about it. What do I want in life? All right? And then just go for it. Go for it, whatever it takes. All right, I'll do it. No problem. If this is the life I want and I'm only going to live one life, I might as well do it. My ultimate version of success is becoming exactly who I want to be. So that's what I'm going to go do. So I'm going to be the most successful person myself that I want to be by going and doing the things that I want to do, living the life I want to desire to become as successful as I can be. Next. That's how you get to the end of the rainbow. Next. Love is the only answer. All right? There's no answer that even works anymore. They're all outdated. Okay? I can't even think of another answer besides love. Trying to find things that have purpose and meaning. There's no other answer. Okay? They're all outdated. I don't even care about all of this. I want to find purpose. I want to find happiness. I want to find trust. I want to find all of these things in my life so that I can live with love. All right, that's what I want to do because everything else is outdated. I already tried jealousy. I don't want to live a jealous life. Who wants to live a jealous life so that you're constantly pursuing because you have a lack of? That's outdated. That's ancient. All right, that's what kings and rulers use. We don't do that. We live in the modern age now. All right, life is civil. It's modern. All right, we can't live in the past forever. So we don't live, I don't live out of jealousy. I don't live out of hatred. I don't live out of all of this crap. I don't live out of all these crap emotions. I live out of love. Because love is going to get me there. It's going to get me the answer that I'm looking for. And it doesn't matter what it takes. Oh my God, it's hard to build off love. I don't care. I don't care because it's actually the answer. If it's hard, I will do it because it is worth doing. That's what I'm doing. All right? So all the other answers are outdated. I've already looked at them. Trust me, you don't even have to review them yourself. Okay? You can just take it from me that I've reviewed all the other answers, and love is the only answer. It's the only one that's not outdated. It's the only one that's going to put you on a life path that is going to make you ultimately more successful. It's the only one. And if someone else has another one, then go ahead, drop it. But I don't think you'll find one because I already looked at all of them. Next. I'm not even asking you to live like a different person, all right? I'm just asking you to live like you're on a limited timeline. I'm just asking you to live within that reality because we are on a limited timeline. There is no extended, I'm going to live forever. I see there's stuff out there that's like, oh, you can live forever. Really? You're going to live forever? How long is forever? You're going to live longer than the planet has existed? You're going to live 3.4 billion years? Yeah, I doubt that. How long have we been around? 3,000 years? Whatever. Not very long. We haven't been around very long, and you're going to live forever? Yeah. So we're on a limited timeline, which means that every second matters. So I'm not even asking you to be like, micromanage every single second, because that's what I think of when I think, that's not what I'm asking you to do. What I'm asking you to do is to compile each second like it contributes to you. Okay? So if you're going around just living your life and you're thinking negative stuff, oh, I'm not good enough, I'm not this, a bunch of doubt, insecurity, a bunch of crap. If you're thinking about all that, just think about that. All of that is affecting you. Every single second that you think about all of that crap, it's affecting you. And so if you don't want to be the kind of person who lives a life that you hate, then maybe you should stop thinking hateful thoughts all the time or insecure thoughts all the time, because that's who you're going to become. It all affects you. It all comes back to your character specifically. So I'm not even asking you to be like, I'm going to live each moment like it's my last. You don't have to hold on that tight. Okay? Life is not a tight game. You don't have to squeeze it so hard that you suck the juice out of it. But what you have to do is you have to angle it. You have to position it like a line drive. All right? Just think about lining up all of your thoughts so that they become congruent. And when you line them all up, they lead somewhere. They lead somewhere that you want to go. So position all your thoughts correctly. Find a way to angle yourself, angle your life in a way that's lined up. Right? And then each second will automatically be worth it. And you can just be on autopilot. Because when your mind is on autopilot and all of your thoughts are aligned, what happens? You just go where you want to go. You don't even have to think about it. You're on autopilot. So line everything up. And that's what's going to make you super duper successful. Okay? You don't have to live like a different person. You don't have to live some crazy life that you have to make up and all this stuff. And even if you, and maybe you do, let's say you do. Would it be worth it if it was going to get you the life that you wanted to live? Even if you had to make up some crazy, some completely absurd, delusional, not even in reality character. A version of yourself that you can't even imagine yet because you haven't even thought about it. Would that be worth it to live the kind of life that you want to live? Probably. Probably. Because what kind of life are you living if you're not living the kind of life that you want? I don't know. That's a good question. If you're not living the life that you want right now, what kind of life are you living? I don't know. So live like you're on a limited timeline. Work within reality because you're not going to last forever. You don't have to micromanage every second, but if you angle yourself correctly, you get lined up and then you can just be on autopilot 90% of the time. You start to veer off the path, nope, we're back on. We want to stay lined up, our thoughts lined up, our actions lined up. Every second can just be lined up. All right? We don't have to hold on to it so tight, but we can just line it up. And we're going to live the life that we want by doing that. And just sitting there on autopilot. Then when we have to step in, we can. All right? Then when we step in, we go, okay, look at all the stuff that I've done previously. Look at all the stuff that I've done in the past on this autopilot. Is this the autopilot I want? Corrections, things that get you off the path, are things that allow you to see if you are on the right path or not. They're a chance to reflect. If you get off the path, guess what? You can get right back on. And you can go, let me see, is this stuff that I've been doing working, or do I need to make corrections? Do I need to get on a different path that's maybe just a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right? It's just a chance to reflect. When you get off that path, when you accidentally step off the path, whether it's on accident, whether it's on purpose, whether you just wanted to do it, see what the deal was. It's a chance to reflect. Was I on the right path? Am I making the right moves? All right? It's never a setback. It's never never let it go. I'm off the path and I'm just going to keep going down this bad path. Brother, you're supposed to be here. You're supposed to be lined up. When you're lined up and you're moving down the right path and you start to go that way, you course correct. You get right back on the right path. Or otherwise you're just going nowhere. If you're going this way, if you're on the right path and then you veer off and you keep going off, you're going to hit a tree. You're going to run into something bad that you don't want to run into. So you better stay on the path. Isn't that right? Better stay on the path. Work within that reality, right? You only have a limited amount of time. You don't have infinite chances. If we live forever, there'd be no point in even getting on the path, theoretically, right? Because you just have unlimited chances. But we don't live forever. And because we don't live forever, we have to get on the path and we have to stay on the path the entire time. We have to figure out exactly where we want to go so that we can be on autopilot when we can't just, constantly, consciously think about where exactly I'm going. But we can't always just think about, where we're consciously going. We don't have time for that. Our brains can't compute that. We can't just be constantly computing perfectly all of the time and I'm going to make every single perfect decision every single second and live subconsciously 0%. Can't happen. It's not possible, right? Because if it was possible, I probably would have done it, but I didn't, okay? So line yourself up. Subconsciously, you'll just go down the right path. And then consciously, you can make those course corrections when you get off the right path. Or when something happens that you don't want to happen. Cool. And was I on the right path? Was I making the right moves? Guess I'm going to find out now that I'm off the path. I'm going to see where I was going. I'm going to see where I've gotten to so far. I'm going to see where I can go next. That's how you become extremely successful. You want to become extremely successful? Get on the right path and keep walking down it, and then make course corrections as you need to. Can't think of a better way to get there. Next. If every second you have is a limited time offer, then make them all count. Okay, make every second count. All right? Because you have a limited life. We all have a limited life. And this is the bearer of bad news, is that we all have a limited amount of lifetime. Okay, and sometimes we feel great, and sometimes we feel terrible. And only the times we really feel terrible do we recognize that our life is limited. Isn't that interesting? And so we have to try to live as many great moments as we can. Because if we can't live all the great moments, then we just live all the bad moments, and then they aren't fun, and then we don't enjoy life. We don't want that. We don't want all that stuff. We want to try to make every single second count, because every single second is a limited time offer. You don't get it back. If you don't take an action today that you've been trying to take forever, going to the gym, working out, getting in shape, getting in great shape and becoming super adaptable, getting super big arms, getting loads of women, whatever it is. If you don't do all of that today and try to work towards that today, you never get the day back. You never get it back. You will never live this day again, ever. So if you don't go get in shape today or try to do it today, you never get the day back. And so you have to be the kind of person that's like, you know what? I don't care what it took yesterday, tomorrow. I don't care. I don't care what negative influence I have. I don't care what positive influence I have. I have to go get it anyways. That's just the reality of life. You never get the day back. Every second counts. Every minute counts. Now, we don't want to chop it up so crazy like that, but you can chop it up in days, into weeks. You will never get this day back. You will never get this week back. It's the reality of life. It's the life we're all living. So make them all count. Next. People have been telling you to believe in yourself for years, that you can do anything. So why would you need me to even tell you that you need to go believe in yourself, that you can do anything? Why would you need me to do that? I don't need to tell you that, because you already know it. So why would you need me to be like, you know what, Jaden? You know what, Jaden? I believe in you. I don't need to tell you that. You already know that. You have to believe in yourself in order to be here. In order to do something, you have to believe in yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, why are you doing anything? The very fact that you're even alive means that you have to believe in something. It's proof. It's proof. So, people have been telling you that you can do anything for years. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you the same thing, because you don't even know any of their names. And even if you do, even if you know a name or two, let's assume you know 2 names. Why do you need me to tell you that you can go do anything? Go do it. Just go do it yourself. I'm not going to sit here and do something, whatever. I'm not going to sit here and do whatever to try to tell you, oh, you need to go do this or that. No. You go do it. Okay? Because you can do it. Because you know you can do it. Because you forgot all the names of the people who told you that you can do anything to begin with. And I'm not in that category. Okay? And neither are you. You're not in that category. We don't fit in categories. All right? Categories are like labels. They're placeholders. I don't fit in a category. I don't sit there and dictate my life based on what category I'm in. I make my own category. If you want to be able to do anything, you have to make your own category. You have to make a category that nobody else knew existed in the first place. That is the only way that you can ever do anything that is unbelievable, that is so beyond what anyone thought you could achieve, and the only way to do it is by making your own category, by becoming someone that no one has ever been before. So find your way to believe in yourself. The fact that you're alive is proof, just so we're clear, is proof that you believe in yourself, you believe in something. You already have the proof that you believe. People have been telling you for years that you can do anything. They've been telling you since you were 8. I haven't known you since you were 8. I don't know what books you read when you were 8. I don't know what elementary school you went to. I don't know any of that stuff. But what I do know is that you can do anything. But I don't need to tell you that because you already know. So go do it and go become extremely successful.